Other than a very vocal minority, most people agree that a mouse and keyboard is the superior way to play games. But what if you're unable to use a mouse and keyboard? Well, there are many accessibility-focused products out there, like Microsoft's Adaptive Controller, but what if you're unable to use even those? Well, you could always just control the computer using your mind. But hold your horses, X-Men fans. No one's going full Professor X anytime soon. But the future is looking bright, and we have BCIs, or brain-computer interfaces, to thank. And of course, yes, our body is sort of already a brain-to-computer interface, but the problem is that our fleshy meatbags can be somewhat unreliable. If someone doesn't have full control of their arms or legs, using a computer can be very difficult, more so if you also have difficulty speaking. So that's why the work that scientists are doing on building hardware to allow people with physical impairments to control computer devices with their minds is so important. But how on earth does that work? Well, here's the thing. The human brain already communicates with the body via nerve impulses, which are electrical impulses that travel all throughout your body so that your hands can crack open a can of Mountain Dew to quench your thirst during a late night frag sesh or whatever else it is that you do in your spare time. These electrical impulses can be measured by numerous different types of specialized technology, but the most common, due to its low cost and ease of use, is electroencephalography, or EEG. Now, EEG uses multiple tiny electrodes placed on your scalp to measure the small amount of voltage that your neurons output. These readings are unique to the parts of your brain that are activated during a given task. So let's say that you're speaking. That uses different parts of the brain than visualizing an image or moving a body part or reading. These thoughts and actions have unique activity signatures that can be identified by the EEG. So, with a little bit of help from our good friend machine learning, we can train a computer to recognize a particular signature and then have it correspond to a specific function on a device. A great example of this was an early BCI called the P300 Speller, which allowed patients to type messages using their minds so they could better communicate with others. It worked by flashing the rows and columns of a matrix of letters while the user focused on the letter they wanted to type. When the letter the user wanted to type flashed, a unique pattern of brain activity called the P300, hence the name, occurred, which would then be detected by the EEG, prompting the computer to type the letter. Nowadays, those very same concepts are being used to do things as complex as flying drones or controlling prosthetic limbs. But the really exciting stuff is yet to come. I mean, imagine being able to access information on the internet with just a thought. No more shouting, "Hey, Google," only to have your phone or your Google Home ignore you. Instead, the information could be at your brain tips instead of your fingertips. Or imagine being able to write out your thoughts exactly the way that you envision them on the page, or even create images from ideas that you have in your head without ever needing to draw them. The possibilities are limited only by your imagination. Tech entrepreneur extraordinaire Elon Musk has even taken notice of BCIs and has founded a company called Neuralink with the goal of augmenting human intelligence with machines so that humans don't become completely obsolete in the face of the artificial intelligence future. Wow, Mr. Musk, that sounds great. He wants to use a technology called neural lace that would actually wrap around the brain and allow it to send and receive data from a computer. Now, obviously, something like that is a long way from hitting the mass market, but it may not also be as far away as you might think. There are already commercial products on the market that you, yes you, can purchase. Companies like NeuroSky have released some relatively cheap BCI products that you can use to manipulate apps on your phone or your tablet, and they also manufactured a popular Star Wars Force Trainer toy that allows you to be able to approximate using the Force without any pesky midichlorians. There's also the emotive Epoch, a more prosumer-grade option that can track your brain with even more finesse, and that one's been used in the drone races that we mentioned earlier. There's finally a mind-controllable VR game in development right now being created by the company Neurable, and it actually uses the P300 signature just like the old spelling machine. Oh, P300s, they grow up so fast. So while brain-computer interface technology is still in its infancy, this could be the next massive paradigm shift in how we interact with technology and each other. Or with that said, it could also just be another hyped-up disappointment like Fallout 76. Speaking of disappointment, if you're disappointed at your own math, science, and computer skills, it doesn't have to be that way anymore. Brilliant is a problem-solving website and app with a hands-on approach to learning with over 50 interactive courses. They've got courses with storytelling, code writing, interactive challenges, and problems to solve, and Brilliant is built for ambitious and curious people who want to excel at problem-solving and understanding the world, since effective learning is about problem-solving. Check out their scientific thinking course, where you'll develop a solid foundation in physics while playing puzzles, over at the link in the video description, and the first 200 of you to click the link will actually get 20% off their annual premium subscription. So thanks for watching, guys. Like, dislike, leave a comment if you have a suggestion for a future Fast as Possible, and subscribe.